it's just a testament to my coaches, my brother, everybody that's been with me, my teammates, and I felt like I did it tonight.
Muhammad, the Motor Usman!
I am a dominant ground pair. I won Nogi World, so I think that showcases my caliber in that. It's just who's going to turn up on the night, you know?
Your winner by TKO, Melissa Mullins!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier. I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered, a UFC and Fanatics original production. Today, interesting show. We're recording earlier than normal because Azerbaijan is where the fighters are, and there's a tremendous time difference. Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree Jr. What a fight that's going to be. Prelims are this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and the main card starts at 3. It's on ABC and ESPN+, which is amazing. Everyone can see it. We're going to be bringing in our first guest shortly. It's Muhammad Usman, of course, brother of the great Kamaru Usman, fighting Hamdy Abdelwahab, opening fight of the prelims, and that is this Saturday. Don't you love a good afternoon card? Isn't it the best?
Yeah, I enjoy it for a change, but sometimes I like it at night.
I do too, but I work at night, so I'm going to be in Cleveland, so I'll be able to watch the fight, and everything will be done by the time I go start. Yeah, let's bring in Muhammad Usman. How you doing, Muhammad? How are you?
What's up, Muhammad?
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Muhammad, have you been watching Peaky Blinders?
No, I haven't.
That hat brings me right to Peaky Blinders.
Bro, one of the guys out here that's taking care of me and Rashad, they've been taking us around the city, man. And, part of this fight game is you got to be able to, not be so in the fight all the time. So he basically was letting us know, the old school gangsters, this is what they wore. He said they'll sit on the streets, drink their tea, and the gangsters will wear these hats. And I was like, give me one of those.
Dude, all you're missing is a Tommy gun. I'm only kidding.
I know, right?
I just saw the movie Sinners. You ever see Sinners with Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, yep.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought of Tommy Gun because I thought of that movie.
The movie, I thought it was a good movie too,
I thought it was really
people
good.
were scared. Everybody was saying it's so frightening, it's so this and that. I was like, it's just a vampire movie.
It's a vampire. It wasn't any more gory than a regular movie.
Nothing. It was nothing scary or religious. It was nothing. It was a vampire movie.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Too. Me too.
And you've been going around the city. I always ask guys if they do. Some do, some don't. Do you typically go out and see everything, or is this is a place you've never been before?
It's Azerbaijan. I didn't even know about this place until they scheduled me to go fight this, fight here. So, it's good to just be able, because my last couple fights have been at the Apex. Yeah. So just to be able, and then I'm out here with Rashad Evans. So just to be able to be out here, man, and see the atmosphere of just everything about this place is so beautiful, and it's just getting your mind ready to go to fight.
And where is it, by the way? How far away is it, and what's the culture like there?
Oh man, it's Baku, Azerbaijan. So we're like 4 hours away from Turkey, Istanbul, and it's man, when I tell you this, the people. It's so clean, it's so nice. It's like, man, do I need to live in America still, or can I just come live out here? It's like, it's so beautiful, man. It really makes you question living in America when you go out in places like this, right? They just cherish everything so much more, man. It's just so beautiful.
It's got to be nice being a heavyweight out there. You could probably eat a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful too because everything is a trial and error, and I've learned just in my time, just in this division, is like, first couple fights I was like, I want to be fast and light, and And then you realize real quick, this is a new generation. These guys are 260 and is just as fast. So then now I'm giving up 40 pounds to a guy that's just as fast. So there's no advantage, So you want to have the weight. You want to have your weight where you need it to be. So now it's like I get to eat normal again. I'm coming into this fight my normal weight. I feel strong, and I feel like that's what I've been missing.
Now, will you, like with the eating, is there certain things you'll cut out just because you don't have certain sugars or whatever will affect your body?
100%.
Like you can't just eat whatever you want. Like you don't have to worry about dieting, but you're still cautious, right?
Yes. I went on just the reality of it. I wanted to eat clean a little bit. So, so I'll go cover like 2 or 3 weeks eating clean, and then I can eat whatever I want. Like I'm eating steak, chicken. Like we just had a dinner right here. I'm with Rashad, King Mo. All these guys are right here right now by the water taking pictures, and it's amazing, man. And just taking in this culture and it's just really just embracing everything it is to be a UFC fighter.
Now, we got Hamdy this weekend. Are they talking to us?
No.
Oh, all right, buddy. All right. I thought there was a question for me. I didn't know what the hell he's Hamdy. Now look.
Yes, sir.
Now you look at him now, and I think there's a reason why he's undefeated. I could picture a little chubby Hamdy getting picked on. Right? A little chubby Hamdy getting thrown at Jimmy, right? Here comes Hamdy. Let's get him. Anyway, the guy's undefeated, but yet you have over twice as many fights. You got the experience, and I'm not recognizing too many names that he fought. What do you think about when you get a guy like Hamdy with an undefeated record?
He's just another guy that's in my way. And I watched his film. He's ran through a lot of these guys, and I know he was out for two years. I don't know if I'm mistaken. And that's the thing, man. And this sport is, everybody wants an edge in this sport. Everybody wants an advantage, but we're not cheaters, and that's the thing, man. As we'll do everything necessary to win, right? But we're not cheaters. So when you see a guy that's that pops, I guess, when you get things, we've been doing this now for a long time.
Kamaru had such a great fight against Joaquin Buckley. You must have been happy about that after a couple losses, and he looked as good Saturday night as he's looked in years. So you must have been really happy with that.
Oh, man, I was ecstatic. He's my brother. Like he wins, I win. That's the feeling that you get from watching your brother. Like, I was packing because I had to fly out in the morning, and I stayed up to watch his fight. And the nerves, they never go away. Like the nerves never go away. So I'm watching the whole fight, and every time he's in a stand-up situation with Buckley, I'm like, get him down. Don't give him too much time, because it's like everything is about advantages and disadvantages. The more Buckley would standing up, that's his advantage.
Sure.
So it's like, man, get him where you want him. And it's and my heart was racing the whole fight, man. And when he got it done, I tear it up too. I mean, it's my brother, man. And it's as you get older, I guess you get more soft, in the aspect of like your family is all we have, and it's like you just want your family to be good, man. I know my mom was there, dad, everybody was smiling. I just felt very happy for him.
Yeah, it seemed like that was that we had interviewed Buckley before that, and I just thought that was such an important fight for Kamaru. Because, again, he was such a dominant champion for so long, and he didn't just eke out a win. I mean, he was really dominant in that fight. And Buckley, I think, won the 5th, but he still clearly dominated the first 4 rounds. So, yeah, that was a great fight.
No, for sure.
And, Muhammad, let me ask you now, because Rashad Evans, I just had him on my podcast the other day. We had a blast. He's been part of your team for the majority of your career. Is that right? Or?
From the beginning.
Oh, that's nice.
Like literally, I called 3 guys when I first started doing this. I was like, I called Rashad. I said, hey, Rashad, I think I want to do this shit. He said, what? I said, I think I want to start fighting. First guy, he said, Mo, if you put the same effort you put into football into fighting, you'll be a champion. And I said, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start. And then that's when I started training. And then, I didn't do any amateur fights. So Rashad and a couple of these guys made some phone calls to start me off at Tachi Palace, and I made my pro debut. And he's always been there, but it's I had the coaches in my corner. Rashad, like even when I'm walking out, he's always been there. He's always been close by. But this fight, man, it's just, I don't know, life changes, man. And you get to a point in your life where it's like, you're going to go into a fist fight. You want everybody, and I've got all the training, I've got all the coaches, I got it all, right? But you need something else. There's something else you need. You want to be able to look back and this man that's right there with me, I had my back from the beginning of my career to now, It's a feeling that you can't explain as a fighter. I just can't explain that feeling.
How did you get to know? How did you know him? How did you know?
I met him through Kamaru. Kamaru was in Florida way back when he first started fighting, and I flew out to go train out there because they were training in an NFL facility where a lot of the NFL guys train, and I was still trying to play football at the time. And Rashad, I'll never forget, he actually paid a guy, Tony Villano. He paid Tony for 2 weeks of my training, which was like $1,500, $2,000. And right when I met him, man, and he was like, "There's something he sees in me, man," and we built our own bond. Like he's literally my older brother. I built such a bond with Rashad that when you built a bond with somebody, you can call him at 10, 11, 12, 1 in the morning, and he answers. Somebody that be like, "You don't got no money for gas? Here you go." Yeah. It's when I tell you, just to having him out here is a blessing, man. I just can't wait to get in that fight.
And he's going to be he's obviously
100%. He's my head coach in the corner, man. I went. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's a certain feeling I get having him here. Yeah. That makes me ball.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood, man. It's good. It's the loyalty. You want those closest to you.
That's it. That's
going
it,
to battle in the foxhole with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's it, man. And for somebody that's a Hall of Famer to take you on and just show you that love, it's indescribable, man. Because this game teaches you a lot, and you got to be true to yourself. That's one thing I learned about this game. Be true to yourself. Be true to your heart, and let's go, man. So it's like I wanted somebody with me that's gonna be there, man, to thick and thin. And I'm glad Rashad. And I remember when I asked him, he was like, "Man, I'm not gonna say I've been waiting for you to ask me, but he said that I knew this time was gonna come. I never rushed it. I always wanted you to ask me." It's like, and that meant something to me. He's like, I knew this was gonna come from day one when we started this thing, but I never asked you, never forced you. I always knew you were gonna come whenever it's your time.
And a world of knowledge, a world of experience that's invaluable.
Yeah, man. It's the week, just this preparation has been indescribable.
And Mohammed, I had a question. Your fight record is so interesting because your first 2 fights were Kimura wins. Like both fights you subbed and with Kimuras. And
yes.
But then you had a TKO. And then every other
win.
That's
so funny. That's so funny.
Decisions or TKOs. I'm asking because did you fall in love with just did you change the way you fought at all? That's the only reason I'm asking is because after that it's been all decisions and TKOs. Did you just love knocking somebody out so much that you changed something in your game?
No, I don't even know how to explain it, man. The fight game, it gets to a point where you got to take what you can get. And I feel like to a certain extent, you do kind of get relaxed, right? In the game where you're thinking you can just strike with everybody and just knock everybody out. Because the first fight, all I knew was the Kimura. My coach taught me the Kimura, and then I just knew if I take a guy down, I could get to that position no matter what from side control. So the first 2 fights, I just got there because I didn't know nothing else and I didn't want to get fucking hit. So I was like, it's a fight. So I was like, let me put him where I know I could get him and I could just get that hand. And as soon as I get it, I can snag it and just go, and then just think about it. I used to always think, just take his arm home with you. So as soon as I get it, I'm going right away. So there is no stop or tapping. I'm ripping it right out. So the first 2 was quick. And the third fight, I had him in the same position. And I was like, damn, I don't want all my fights to do this. So let me just punch this guy out. So the third fight, I was just punching him out. Like, I'm not going to put him in a Kimura. I'm gonna just punch his lights out. And then I did that, and then I was like, you know, and then I was like, it's so crazy, and I was like, then I was still going to these other fights, and you just flow through it, man. You just flow through these fights, and then you want to win, of course, but you want to win in different fashions, and then you get to this high level, and you realize everybody here is good, you know, and then everybody is good on this high level, man, and you got to bring something else to the table, so it just makes you really start to understand that, like, this fight game, and then the knowledge of it too, you know, because I feel like sometimes when you do less, you do more.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point too. And also the higher level of competition you fight, the harder those guys are going to be to just put into a Kimura position. Like
100%.
Those guys are going to see it coming, or they're going to know that you've done it before. So yeah, it's actually good to have the variety. I only ask just because certain guys who are very solid on the ground said they just fell in love with knocking somebody out, and it did change the way
I know, Jimmy, and I shouldn't have stood up with Chris Lytle. Why do you got to keep putting on my face?
Exactly. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. But it's, at the end of the day, who wouldn't freaking fall in love when you knock somebody out and they go unconscious and you don't feel it? And Matt, you attest to this. When you hit somebody clean, it almost feels like you didn't even hit them.
Oh, Frank Trigg, I love it. When you see, and it's great when you make the eye contact too. That could be I seen the when the like
and it makes you and then you it's almost like you plug a charger into the socket. It's like you don't even feel it, and all of a sudden he's down, and it's like, oh my God. And then in training you start realizing it's like, why punch hard as you can, where in the fight you barely touch the guy. And sometimes it makes you feel like, why am I struggling to punch as hard as I can, where in the fight it's just a touch.
And not to mention, takedowns get exhausting. You know what I mean?
They definitely do, especially a guy that has hard hips and stuffs them, you know, at a certain level. So yeah, man. But like my brother says too, you just got to be able to change it up. You got to be able to change it up. You got to know when it's the time to grab a leg. You know, and that's one thing I'm just getting more in this fight game. Like, you can't just get stuck. If we're both just in a striking mode, you can't just get stuck there. Now it's like, okay, it's just 50-50. I'm not giving them nothing else to worry about. We're just striking. But, you know, even if you don't get it, he says, snag a leg. If I just grab it, just make him bounce around a little bit at 250, 260. Then if he takes it back, he worked a little.
Yeah, Raging Iaquinta used to lift up the leg, just drop it, go back to striking. Other times lift it, finish it. So it gets you that. What is he doing?
What is he doing?
Exactly, man. You keep them guessing. I mean, perfect example with an unlimited gas tank is Merab. He's got the look at the reach on Sean O'Malley, but he's out striking him because he's so worried about the takedown. They're worried about being underneath you, Muhammad, because of your Kimuras. And when they're worried about that, the feints, you're faking, you go up. Now you got power. So, man, they're worried about the striking too. So, you know, it's such a fine art of just keeping them guessing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then just being with Rashad this weekend, man, it's just get into the fight, relax. You know, it's like we're all so freaking tense, of course, but then it's like, man, it's almost like every time I was tense is when I did the worst.
Yeah.
Compared to when you're relaxed.
I didn't find that out till later in my career, buddy. I used to get hyped up and kick shit backstage and look at it like a street fight. I used to be at the ramp. I sprint to the ramp. Towards the end of my career, I'm high-fiving, I'm bopping.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the process. You know what I mean? Not having the amp myself up.
The amp is there already. He says you can flow and then you don't get tired. Yeah, you know, 100%. Like your muscles, everything gets tired when you're tight. Yes. But when you're relaxed, punches come out, everything flows. You can see everything better. You know, it's like, so it's been on me. I've been challenging myself to relax, to calm down, to relax my muscles, to just enjoy being in this position, man. We're in the 1% of the world. Just enjoy doing the 1%.
Yeah, 100%. Yes. And just having Rashad around will lower your heart rate because he's so zen-like now. You know what I mean?
Man, it's so,
you know,
his knowledge of the game and all the coaches I've had in this world, man, his knowledge is just to where it's like, this is a Hall of Fame champion that all the coaches he had didn't even accomplish what he did. So when you know that, it's like, you just know it's the instincts, it's the feeling. It's just when he was even talking to me, like we're training, he was like, man, with Chuck Liddell, I was so freaking nervous. He's just telling me these stories of like, you just gotta believe in it and just throw it. He says, just throw it, Mo. Like when you fought George, you just threw it.
Yes. Dude, I can cut glass with my nipples right now. Cut glass. I'm gonna come out of retirement. We keep talking, Muhammad. I'm coming out of retirement. He just making me. He just been showing me just because. And then like even when I won the Ultimate Fighter, I just threw the punch, man. I didn't even think about it. You just touched the guy.
What is the difference too? Because you played very, very high level football. I mean, you got to I think the Chargers practice squad, so you're close to playing pro ball. The difference between fighting as you're the only guy that this lands on and a team sport like football, what is the difference for you in the adrenaline and how it feels to win and how it feels to lose?
Man, it's undescribable. Like Rashad, like I'm like going back to what he was telling me. Like it's a drug you can't manipulate. You can't go buy this. You can't go buy drugs on the street that'll give you this high that you get from this. Yes. It's an undescribable drug that you just can't explain. I don't even know how to explain it to you. It's just a feeling in your heart when you're just walking back there as a man, knowing you just went in here and got this shit done, man. You went to war and you could just feed yourself, man. Like you could go home, smile, tell your mom you love her. You accomplished it. It's an undescribable feeling that you fiend for. Yes,
when you get that stoppage, especially in that victory, it doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. Tonight, you are in the cosmos. Everything is right in the world.
You just take that deep breath and just like, man, this all was worth it.
The whole 2 months of training. People think, oh, that guy's getting paid for 15 minutes to fight. No, man, 15 minutes on top of 2 months ahead of, you know what I mean?
Man, that's why like your life goes so fast too as a fighter. People don't even talk about it. You're constantly training, in training camps, this, that, all of a sudden it's fight. Then, it's a birthday. Okay, I have to miss it. I'm training. Your life goes so fast in an aspect that you can't explain, man. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. And I just learned to just stop being, because these fights, and it's like just the pressure, the this, that. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. You gotta be here. I'm Muhammad Usman. I'm just myself, man. And it's been really good just being that and just being in my true self and just learning how to just relax in everything I'm doing and just go out there and just have fun, man. Because it's not fun when you're just tense and when it's not fun, you don't do good things.
You can't worry about shit that's out of your control. You can only control what you can control. And hey, man, you really sound like you're in mentally a good spot right now. That's great. I'm just preparing, like Rashad says, take yourself closer to the fight every day. Instead of you said like we show up on fight day like, oh my God, it's here. No, every day bring myself a little closer to the fight. And so then when you get there, it's like you're here, It's not like you held it in. Now it's fight day. It's like, oh my gosh, it's too much over rush. He said every day you bring yourself a little bit closer to the fight, and then when you get there, you're there. It's wisdom.
And when you're talking about the high of it, like what a drug it is, like there's nothing. And I know a lot of fighters that have these really high adrenaline things that they have to do to match that high. It's a very hard thing to match. Is there anything in your personal life that you do that matches that, or do you go the opposite way and you're completely calm in real life outside of this?
Man, I'm completely calm. I mean, if you want to say match that is, if you're training sometimes and you just on your shit today, you just smashing it in the training room, you get a little adrenaline, or I put up 600 pounds on the deadlift or something, you get that little rush. but nothing matches it, man. I don't know what anybody will tell you. There's nothing that will match you winning in a fight. Nothing. No training, no nothing, huh, Matt?
Hey, man, that's why guys stick around too long. You know what I mean? They like, I need just one more. You know, that's why I give a lot of credit guys like Robbie Lawler, guys who leave on a win.
It's a huge win. He took no damage. That knockout was, and he just left.
It's hard to lose on a win.
But just think about his career, man. It was time. When he's been fighting every generation of UFC. Like when you think about that, man, and plus the damage, people don't talk about it, man. But like you're getting hit, man. You take so much damage that you want to be able to be good with your kids and have a life after this, man.
I'll tell you, Muhammad, I just got back from Colombia getting stem cells all through me, so I'm with you on that. Together. I feel good.
And this new generation, man, with all this new technology, take advantage of it.
Hey, Jimmy, we're sponsored by Fanatics now.
Yes.
I want to ask, in history, if there's anybody that you, Muhammad, could get an autograph from, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive, anybody.
I mean, of course, Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that's
that's a good one. You never met him?
I've never met Kobe Bryant. I think my brothers probably met him once. I've never met him, man. I mean, of course, everybody wants to say Michael Jordan, but he's a living legend. But a guy just in his essence, man, Kobe Bryant, the work ethic, the essence of him, because, it was just different, man. It was different. When guys talk about him, it gives you chills. When they say how hard he worked to be the best, it just gives you chills to your core, man.
Yeah. And how do you handle when I'm sure you've encountered, whether it's athletes or other people that you've liked and kind of admired from afar. How do you handle that? Are you really good at just kind of saying, hey, how are you? Or does it affect you in any way?
Yeah, no, I handle it well, man, because, I've played football my whole life up to this point, of course, since I fight. And I've been around a lot of people. And my dad used to always tell me, too, is like, act like you've been there before, because a lot of people that are at certain levels don't want to fanboy. They want somebody that gives the same energy they give. So when you're in certain rooms with certain people, and then all of a sudden you give the same energy they give, like, I was at the Bad Boys premiere, and there was DJ Khaled, all these guys was in there. And, they was like, who the heck is this guy? I was over there doing my thing, and then somebody said, oh, he's a fighter. And then you see everybody's face change when they know you're a fighter. So everybody's face changes.
They all respect the fighter.
They're like, he's a fighter, huh? Oh, everybody's face changes, and it's just that energy you give. They're like, we're not gonna mess with him. And then you give the same energy you want, I want you to give me, I'm gonna give you the same energy you want to give me. So you just treat everybody like that, and you're good.
I'm excited.
Well, Muhammad, I'm really looking forward to this fight. You and Abdelwahab on Saturday. Have a great fight, man. It's good talking to you. You seem like you're in an amazing place mentally, and you seem like you're really ready.
I'm ready, man. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, come back on soon, dude. Don't waste your long.
I will.
All right. Take care.
We'll talk to you again, man. Have a great time.
All right, I'll tell Rashad I said what's up.
Please do.
Yes, please do.
Take care, Muhammad. All the best.
I will. Peace.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you guys too.
And you're in, let me get the pronunciation right. I always screw up the pronunciation of this country. Is this your first time in Azerbaijan?
Yeah, first time in Azerbaijan. I've been to Bahrain with the IMAF team when I was just starting off in 2019.
Do you do anything when you're in a city, or are you like a hotel person, or do you go out and kind of like just live for the week, or do you stay in the hotel and do nothing?
No, I don't stay in a hotel and do nothing. I'm more so exploring the city. Like, I never had the opportunity as a kid to travel. So fully taking advantage of the lifestyle that the UFC creates, in a sense of doing as much as I can and that my body lets me. So, for example, we was on the streets of Baku till 3 a.m. last night. while my team ate lovely food in front of me and I enjoyed a tea.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. That's, I guess, the disadvantage to going out before the fight is you still have to worry about the weight and you know, getting to bed on time and getting your sleep.
Yeah. I'm sleeping later, but waking up later as well. So it's kind of like balanced.
Well, what time is it there, and what was the time difference from where you traveled from?
So it's 8:30 here in Baku in the evening, and I believe it's about 6 hours difference. I could be completely wrong, but I think it's 6 hours difference to the UK. So not too bad, not in comparison to you guys. I think it's 11 hours for the USA.
Well, right now it's 12:30 p.m. on the East Coast.
Okay, so yeah, a fair PM. Oh yeah, so it's a fair difference. It's like eight and a half hours from you right now.
About 8 hours, yeah. And are you a good adjuster? Like I would need a month to adjust to that type of. Or can you just flip your sleep very easily?
I'm pretty good. When I come to Vegas, I struggle with the first night of sleep. I'm up quite early, and then I kind of just go about my day. But then when I'm adjusted, it takes maybe a day.
All right. Hey, listen, this will get, you know, she'll get her sleep, Jimmy. I want to know, because it's Melissa Mullins' first time on here. I want to know about your journey. I want to know where you grew up and when did you first get involved with martial arts?
Yeah. So I'm a British girly with Hungarian and Irish parents. I actually had no idea what MMA was. I had no idea what the UFC was before I started in 2016.
How old were you? Sorry. How old
When
were
I
you?
started in 2016, I'm 34 in July. So where are we? We're 25.
Oh.
9 years ago. So that puts me at maths.
I'm not great in math. Jimmy should have figured it out already.
25-ish.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say that's really late to the game. Right. But I mean,
Yes.
it's not to your credit. That's amazing. How did you walk into a MMA?
I used to breakdance, football, then breakdance, and I kind of pushed myself out of breakdancing through like life situation. I couldn't be in that community anymore. And I was staying at my friend's house who lived around the corner from a gym that I decided to just go along to. And they did a week trial, and I did it, and I fell in love with it. And honestly, I looked like the most oddest character. I like this. My first posing photo with the team was me doing this in some long sleeved shirt and some typical looking UK PE shorts.
What
I really didn't look the part.
I'm sorry, you didn't look the part. No, there's no look to it. It's for everyone. What did you take to first? The striking, the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu?
Well, I would say all of it, to be honest. Like literally, I just managed all of it straight away. I did a lot more gi at the start, because it was a very gi based place where I started off, but I've completely got rid of the gi now and I just do no gi.
Burn the gi.
Pardon?
Yeah, I said you burnt the gi. You got rid of the gi. That's fine.
I did.
It's good for you in the beginning for sure, especially I don't care who it is, because it slows you down a lot and stuff. But go ahead. So now you're into the no gi grappling?
I love no-gi grappling. No-gi grappling and wrestling are some of my favorite styles on the mat. Like probably I get most excited for those sessions. Me and my partner train in a way. I don't know if you know Greg Saunders.
Sounds familiar.
He's like a guy that does constraints-led training. He's sort of controversial in the jiu-jitsu world. There's like big arguments and stuff going against like, should you train like this? Should you train like this? But we train like that. It's like game-based play.
Is this the ecological stuff? Oh, okay. I heard a lot about this. This is very controversial.
Yeah, very controversial. We're actually going to his camp.
Do you guys do the ecological jiu-jitsu? Do they teach you the arm lock and the rear naked choke, and they teach you the moves?
Not really like that. So I run a kids academy and we teach it to our kids.
Yeah.
And how it's set out is, let's say we're looking at an armbar. we'll put the kids in an armbar position. However they see an armbar position, we'll give them the basic idea of what it looks like. Put your leg one over the face, one over the body, and have the arm straight. And their goal is to make the bottom person either tap or hold on to that armbar for as long as they can. While the bottom person's goal is to try and get their elbow to the floor, to get on top, to escape the armbar. And if that happens...
I'm sorry, this sounds like positional training to me.
I guess that's the controversial side of it. Like, a lot of people see it like that and they don't understand why you wouldn't add drilling into it. But
that's a big thing.
It's like a hybrid version of it. Like, but rather than your coach saying you've got to do it like this, and this, it's how you do it. Then it's realistic to every single opponent that you go in. And when you're then sparring, you thought, oh yeah, I felt this position off this person, and this person, and this is how it worked. Like,
interesting.
Does it? I have a question for you. Does it? Because a lot of times with every position, there's an escape for it. Does doing it like that cover what the escapes would be? Because, like, if you make a mistake in a position, a lot of times a high level fighter has an escape for that position. So is it possible that if the position is comfortable for you, but you've made the quote unquote mistake that enables the escape, how does that affect it?
So my argument personally for that is there is everyone's own way of escaping. The way I do jiu-jitsu, I like 90 kilo guys and I'm walking at 70 like most times on the mat at the moment. They struggle to tap me, like if I'm in a rear naked choke from the back, it's 95% out of the time I'm escaping back control. And it's not because I know how to escape it. It's the way that I've learned to do it through playing sort of these games.
Okay.
And
sorry.
Yeah.
Zhelezniakova, you fought before.
Yeah.
And you had a first round TKO when you fought. But again, each fight is different. But what is that feeling now going into this second fight after having had your first time facing somebody that you've actually beaten before?
I would say I'm a lot more humble in the way that I'm going into this fight. The way I approached the last fight with Daria was I was led to believe from previous coaches that I was going to dominate that fight. I went in there and even like on official weigh-ins, I shook her hand and I thought, I'm going to fuck you up, because it was such like a light and kind handshake. And I was so naive to think like I was going to win that fight no matter what. And although I did win it, she is one of the hardest hitting females I've ever been hit by generally. Like, even though Alex Steven knocked me out in my first UFC fight, Daria has caused the most, what I would say, devastating power on my face physically. Like, I felt her punches. So I'm going into this fight with a lot more experience and knowledge of my striking. But as you've seen, her last two fights haven't gone too well with the grappling side of things. And my style of MMA now, although I would always say it's always all-rounded, my confidence in my grappling is ridiculous. So I'm going into there aware of her power, but I'm also going into there aware of my power and my confidence in what I can achieve in both striking and grappling.
Did you say Alex Steven knocked you out? You won that fight by decision, correct?
Yeah, she knocked me down. Like, I think it's first
down. I'm sorry. Okay, I think you said
yeah,
down.
she dropped me. I've never been dropped either, ever.
I was going to ask, do you feel your past history in breakdancing helps you in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I got asked this question earlier in an earlier interview, actually. I wouldn't say breakdancing has helped me in regards to my speed or my power or anything like that. I used to be a very ploddy, like, just go for it fighter. My training's helped that. But regards to breakdancing, like balancing on my head, my awareness of my body and where it is, escaping of weird positions, like my knees are like one way while my body's the other way, 100%, it's helped massively.
There's a very famous football player named Lynn Swann. He played in the 70s. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he was very, very acrobatic. He was a wide receiver. And he took ballet. And one of the reasons that he was such an incredibly agile guy, he attributed, I believe, to ballet. So a lot of times dancing does help in fighting because of the movements and because of the agility it gives you, and like you just said, your body is able to do things that it might not otherwise be able to do.
Yeah, massively. I agree to that. Like, I've got a really strong neck. I've got a really strong core. And my body's used to moving in ways that a lot of people that start MMA doesn't.
Well, Melissa, look, this is a really interesting card that you're on too. And it's the great part about this for us in the States is it's on in the afternoon, so you're gonna have a lot of visibility. I think it's on ABC or on ESPN Plus, but it's during the day, so you're gonna have a lot of eyes on you on Saturday. So good luck in this fight. Have a great fight. It was really good talking to you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Melissa.
You too, dude. Have a lovely day, guys, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
All right, Melissa, you as well. Take care.
Take care.
All right, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Jimmy.
Yes.
I say the big difference is that she went from popping and locking to locking and popping. Don't leave me when I say stuff like that. Come on, Jimmy. Come on. Give me credit. I was going to say it to her, but I stopped. Because I think she'd be.
How do you feel about the? I've never heard of the
Can you just not ignore when I say something?
I just pretend.
You understand that they pop and lock out?
I do. I used to break dance.
Okay.
Now, how do you feel about that approach to jiu-jitsu? I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, Jimmy, it was so it numbed my mind. The more I hear about it, the more moronic it sounds. It is so stupid. I don't know the guy who does it, who's preaching it. I know he came from Lloyd Irving. Lloyd Irving himself, very good in jiu-jitsu. But he was very gimmicky. He'd have seminars on how to grow your business. Hey, everybody, take your credit card out right now at the same time. Who can do it? He'd hey, they say it takes 10 years to be a black belt. That's bullshit. Follows Super Lloyd. He was very gimmicky.
Yeah.
But he was very good in jiu-jitsu. I was with him in the Mundials. I first met Lloyd Irving in Brazil in 99 at the Mundials. And I'm friendly with him. I'd pass through his, where is he, in Washington, D.C. or something? I'd pass through there when I was doing seminars. I'd stop by there. I'd say hello to him, and I always got along with him. But he knows how to sell some shit, So this stuff, what she just explained right there is positional training that we've been doing since the fucking, since the old days in the 90s. You know what I mean? You start in a certain position. But you know what's weird about this thing from what I'm hearing? Well, don't she finds her own way out? Then what the hell are you paying this guy for? He's not teaching you jiu-jitsu? Or he is? I asked if they show you an arm lock or a rear naked choke. Yes and no. And don't call it an arm lock, the guy says, from what I heard. Because is it an arm lock or is it do you do this with the joint, the ligaments? Shut. Really? Don't, like Henzo said, don't make it for the intellectuals. They're very against drilling from what I hear. They don't want you to drill, And it's so funny because I've been watching a little bit of that BJ. They have an Ultimate Fighter for jiu-jitsu. Producer, get it up what it's called. UFC Jiu-Jitsu World Road to the Title. I'm fuck it up. They're gonna come up with it right now. I'm watching it with my family. Oh, I got it correct. Fuck yeah. Did I get that correct?
You did.
Yeah, UFC BJJ Road to the Title. That's funny.
Yeah.
I did watch it last night. So Jimmy. So anyway, they had a conversation. Mike Musumeci, I'm messing up his name, the pizza kid. Very good jiu-jitsu kid. There's a clip you could see with them. He had everybody from the team at his house, and they're talking about it because there's one kid that's from that eco place, and the kid's trying to talk about it. At one point, they're like, "You're against drilling? Why wouldn't you want to drill the move?" And he's like, "Well, why get your reflexes good with that?" I'm paraphrasing it a little bit, but
yeah,
do it with the lights. You can get your reflexes good with the light thing. What the fuck are you, dude? It's mind blowing. It's
almost like. It's again, from what I can take, it's almost like it's just you get out however you can get out. Like
and then you're gonna learn on your own. You're gonna fucking feel you. I mean, what are you talking about?
If I roll with the guy who's teaching me, Fabio, is a black belt, but if he gently rolls with me, like he'll grab and I know he's got me. What's that?
He'll guide you the way out. He'll catch and release.
Yeah. Like, but I know I'm caught and I'm recognizing, oh, I fucked up. But like, it's every time when I do something a certain way, he has the answer for it. So it's almost like if I was just doing it on my own, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't figure out a way that he doesn't have the answer for. Like I would wind up doing something that put him in a position to do something even worse because he knows what he's doing. Like
I've been doing this for 30 years. I see how to get. You get good only one way. And people think they always try to come up with some new way, or they fucking come up with some funky name, put names on things, and it gets weird. Don't make it for the intellectuals. Keep it fun. There's only so many ways to break the fucking limbs and to secure positions, but they get weird, man. It gets fuck. I don't know. People want to try to reinvent stuff that's already proven. It's proven.
It works as it is. Yeah.
Yeah, within a year ago, it's not even, how long's this guy been here? Big Rich. Dude, he came here with no skills. Big guy. He just jumped in the IBJJF. I'm giving him, well, I don't want to, I haven't seen him, but he's the guy, he went through his division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, that guy came here with not a skill set in jiu-jitsu. We know what works. Why are you trying to get all weird? I don't know. It annoys the shit out of me.
I had not heard of it, but I just find it interesting, like, knowing the mistakes I make, but when something works is because I do it correctly, and if I'm doing it different, but doing it different doesn't stop my opponent from reacting. Like, and they're going to react like I'm making a mistake. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he's going to have an answer for me doing something, but having my leg in the wrong position, or if I'm having my arm in the wrong position. The reason it works is because things are in the right position for it to work. It doesn't make sense to me, but again, if it works, it works. I don't know.
If you want to do it, do it. I don't give a shit. But what was I gonna say? Let's do some picks, man. This hour flew by.
Yeah, let's do that. We didn't do last week.
Let's do why we do 2 picks.
Okay.
Why not?
Let me see. The co-main is an interesting co-main too, Matt. Fiziev against Bahamondes. That's a really, really. I want to see what each of these guys has done. Now, Jamal Hill, Khalil.
That's wild, man. We didn't even talk about that. Well, I mean, yes. But how great is that, Muhammad Usman? What a nice guy.
I know.
I think he's hanging out with Rashad, because Rashad's a super nice guy. He was just on my other podcast, the Matt Sarah.
I know.
Matt Sarah channel. Jimmy, Jamal, let's, all right.
Who's coming off the loss to Pereira?
How about this? I'm picking Curtis Blades, 3rd round stoppage. I think it's going to be ground and pound. I'm smelling some elbows to the face.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of him when we were talking about the skill level. Like, almost like if you have to fight a guy like Curtis Blades, to think that you're just going to throw him down and put a Kamaru on him is going to be very difficult to do against a guy like that.
Not to mention, by the way, Blades had some bad luck getting his fights canceled. The fight versus Rizvan has been canceled twice, so he's itching to get a win on Saturday.
Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? You hear what Are you picking up what I'm just lying down for you?
Yes, I am. Hold on, Raphael.
Look what I'm doing on the screen. All right.
Let me see Fiziev. Hold on, buddy. I'm just looking up Fiziev, whose hand speed is still. Wow, how is he coming off 3 losses? I mean, God, as good of a fighter as he is, I'm saying. One was a TKO knee injury, and 2 in a row to Gaethje, which is
it's rough. And he was decisions. Gaethje's just so heavy-handed that.
Honestly, yeah.
He might even be. I'm not gonna say more tight. They got different styles a little bit, but he makes it dirty in there, man. He's like in a good way. Like he'll grab the back of the head and uppercut him from fucking Guam.
I'm going to say Fiziev is going to win this fight. He's coming off 3 straight losses. I think Fiziev is going to beat Bahamondes. I think, how do I see it happening? I think it's 3 rounds. I think they'll go to a decision, but I'm going to take Rafael Fiziev. And in the main, I'm going to take Jamal Hill. They're both coming off losses. Jamal is coming off 2 straight stoppages, and that's got to be in his head. Also, even though it was a 4th round TKO, Khalil lost to Alex as well in a very, very much more competitive fight. But Jamal is probably in his own head. I don't care what fighters say. There's no way they're people, so they got to have doubt. I think Jamal, much like Kamaru Usman, very, very much needs this fight. I'm going to take Jamal Hill. I think he stops him in the 3rd round.
Nazim over Nicholas Mata, second round TKO.
Okay. All right. We each picked a couple.
Right. I'm just controlling myself not to sing, and I will not sing.
How about this? Get ready, fight fans, because the UFC is taking over Fanatics Fest with an all-star lineup that you will not want to miss. You're not going to find a bigger event specifically geared towards sports fans than this one, and it's going to allow you to step into the octagon and personally meet UFC icons like Alex Pereira, Corey Sandhagen, Diego Lopez, and Justin Gaethje. And I'm not kidding when I tell you I wish I was going to be there. This is an amazing lineup of fighters. Fanatics Fest is bringing the energy and excitement of the UFC directly to fans like you. This weekend, Friday, June 20th through Sunday, June the 22nd at the Javits Center here in New York City. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours today at fanatics.com or on the Fanatics app.
Why don't we do some plugs?
The UFC is in Azerbaijan. I hope I'm saying Azerbaijan. The prelims are noon. ESPN, ESPN Plus this Saturday, the main card, 3 o'clock on ABC and ESPN Plus. And again, UFC is not stupid. When they know it's going to be on ABC, it's going to be the most exposure in the afternoon. They are going to have a great, great card. That's an exciting card, and they will always put together a great card because it's just, again, it's promotion 101. It's smart. So check this card out. This is an incredibly exciting card. And to promote, Matt, I have Cleveland Friday, Saturday. I'm heading out there. And my special, Unconceivable on YouTube, Jim Norton Comedy is my page. Just broke 200,000 views after 5 days. It is doing so much better than I thought it would. And people have been really, really kind in the comments. And I'm not deleting bad comments. People have been very, very, seem to be enjoying it. So thank you guys very much. Please support that special and please watch that.
Yeah, unconceivable. Just think of me saying it. Unconceivable. Don't. I just try to get it in their brain. Jimmy, I'm really excited for you with that.
Thank you, Matt.
Matt Serra channel on YouTube, Geeking Out with Matt Serra. It's fun. I just had Rashad up. I either have Chris Lieben come up because I filmed that, and also I just shot yesterday. Me and Aljamain Sterling.
Oh, nice.
Our bantamweight King. We watched Sinners together. So a movie reaction while we drank Funk Harbor. It was fun.
That's nice.
That's a nice morning at 11 a.m. drinking rum, watching vampires. I'll talk to you over the weekend.
Okay, pal. Take care, Matt. Good talking.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.